Sure, why not? Let's dance, Blue.
Best we understand it. You won't want to miss. This video is sponsored by the Great Courses Plus. You've probably heard that the holy grail of physics research is a theory of everything. This is a theory of mythical proportions that would explain all particles and phenomena in the
As in this morning, me sipping on my coffee.
universe. An equation that would unite quantum mechanics with general relativity and reveal how all particles and forces manifest at the
They are the same thing. Each one of these little bricks, W boson and Z boson. Z boson was actually a guy, or the W boson was. So was this one over here. When they're going to say things about they're going to understand the three fundamental forces being, the photon is electromagnetism, is what this guy says, and I believe that. I believe, other than the horse shit that follows that around. This guy, this course, 10 people in the room, this one, some course science that says it, whether it was this guy's, any which way you lay that matrix. Bob Rossi and Kyle beating the devil out of it about colors that can't exist inside of here unless you close one eye real hard and look at the rocket ship. You see it? You see it?
at the tiniest scales, and thus be able to explain
Emoji
all
math?
things.
Yeah, that's field
Stephen
theory.
Hawking
The
famously
math.
said that if we discover this theory, then we would know the mind of God.
Oh, but you motherfuckers are in trouble. See, that's the problem when these kind of people go off and do something like that. Because they already had it. One, that is what you determine that to be. The differential is free will, honestly. And that's a math problem. That's all about fascist Gestapo talking about the apex mathematician here
This
in a
has
minute.
led to at least one physicist calling it the God equation. What gets lost in this narrative is that we already have a pretty good model that gets us
Yeah, I know what happened. You had a pretty good model, but you don't understand it, and that's why some brother was in my backyard in the middle of the night with a flashlight just on my property and run away. Like, I could see maybe you had a blown tire, but why you mess around with somebody's shed?
a
The field
significant
theory,
part
you
of
understand?
the way to an all-encompassing theory of everything. In fact, it is the most accurate theory we've ever had.
This means nothing to a state trooper as far as I'm concerned. There are some laws about town. There are some things about new laws regulating over whether somebody can call something, whether somebody can't call something. Usage, I don't know. A lot of that's speculative. Photons on screens at core collisions.
And that is the
That's what their
standard
math is.
particle
And usually when
physics.
some brother
As
walks
far
in there, I'm going
all
to take some
fundamental
deep
particles
field
we are aware
equation
of,
and I'm going to
three of
reduce
the
it down
four
into a
known
brick this
fundamental
big right
forces,
here, and I'm going to smash that into
electromagnetism,
somebody's
strong
skull.
and weak
It was
interactions.
always the problem.
It just
I don't know why
hasn't
you had
been proven
problem,
after.
weak
Now,
force.
don't
They're saying that that's the strong force would obviously be physics as a whole. Two parts against a competing nature inside here saying, well, that's the God particle, the alpha. He gets A in everything that he does. Not because he's fucking God, but because inside here, the math equation to fill these bricks are pretty much going to be a standard model from any direction you look at it about what that form should look like. Hubble 45 in this universe.
Don't let this simple chart fool you. This chart is just the most intuitive and visually appealing way to show something that is quite complex. There's actually complicated mathematical formulations
See all this shit?
behind
Some motherfuckers, a council over there at the board, whether it be the NCO or Nobel, was like, we needed it to be a test that comes off in one form that does a certain set. And meanwhile, this hot fucking garbage in terms of a clean matrix squared system. Oh, no. You have no values inside here whatsoever. There's no reason it needs to do this unless that's some fundamental function of the universe. Prime function of the universe to why it has to shape this way. You're saying Big Bang, collision, collapse, and I'm not saying that it doesn't, but you damn square better have that like it's mathematical law.
the
Some
model
brother.
that can take years of graduate level study
Some
to
brother.
fully understand. It was developed by hundreds of
Watch.
scientists
Wait.
over several decades.
Gonna turn it into this, FMA. F1 plus F2 minus equals F1.
This is the standard model Lagrangian. It represents the apex of human
The
knowledge and
apex.
understanding.
We're talking about an A, B, C on a mass gap page with a rabbit you got to pull out of this thing. Because these are zeros. These are ones. This fundamental force, how many times have you seen it in different equations? So only in the standards that these people all can read this code like it's backwards fucking Latin.
Of how the universe
Well, in the field you become my devil. Understand, on that stone mill floor you push.
Today, I'm going to explain the almost theory of everything in the most intuitive way that I can think of. So, if you want to know how the universe works,
You go with things about cost. You have nice things. Well, let's do that field theory equation anywheres else. Let's do it in Plague City. Caesar, Pharaoh, under the Nile, until the bubble stopped coming up.
as best we understand it, you won't want to miss what's coming up right now.
You good here?